Welcome to United Network News, the official news channel for CARE, the Center for Amity and Restoration of Earth. I'm Sunny Galt. At UNN, you get the real news. Through our field messengers, we show you the truth about what's really taking place in our communities. We also bring you stories to help you remember who you are and why you're here, as well as regional stories that impact the people. And our World Situation Report reveals what's happening throughout the multiverse. We are here to restore Earth. In the U.S., it is Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. Take a look at this man-made lake in central Uganda. It may not be the safest drinking water, but it's a vital resource for both animals and the local people. And in Nigeria, these native chickens provide food for the community. Learn more about what it takes to raise and care for them. In the new Earth, we're learning how to overcome our fears, especially those fears that are really made-up stories in our minds. And this camp is transforming the lives of grieving children in the U.S., Canada, and the U.K. They're called Comfort Zone camps, and they're designed to help kids heal from the loss of a loved one.
This is Calen, messenger for United Network News. Here's a look at today's field messenger reports from all around the world. In a community in central Uganda, a man-made lake serves as a vital water source for both residents and their livestock. UNN field messenger Arineitwe Jackline shows us this body of water and talks about the importance of it.
I'm Arineitwe Jackline, UNN field messenger, reporting from Chemamba Trading Center in Lyantonde district. Today we have visited a man-made lake where this community, it is the only source of water that they use around here. If you can see very far and you move very far, you see it is the only source of water. They did a dam. When they did a dam here, the water was collected from those hills and it came down here. It created a lake. What I've been reporting about this lake, about this man-made lake, that it gives water to animals and human beings. Now these are animals, these are cows. They are coming here to get water, and you will see very soon there is a man coming on the bicycle. He's also having jerrycans to come and fetch water for the trading center. Those are animals now taking water. The same source of water is providing to the human being. This man has come here to get water supplied to the town. Yeah, as you can see, this man-made lake, it is stretching from here to the other end. It is no longer a dam, it is now a man-made lake. Where they come, they use these pipes to pipe water from here and they take it to their families. And also cows come here to get water. This is a source of water for human beings and for cows. Really, it is not a good situation because this place lacks water. But we thank God that this dam was created which attracted more water, and now people have a source of water. Yeah, it is helping the lives of community here in Chemamba Trading Center, Lyantonde district. See you for more news and updates from Central Region and Western Uganda. Arineitwe Jackline, UNN field messenger here in Chemamba. God bless you.
Rearing native chickens has become a cherished practice among many homesteaders and small-scale farmers. UNN field messenger Geebrand explores the methods her aunt uses. Raise chickens.
Spend me like money, spend me like currency, Spend me like a man spending me. No one we could study God. Hello, everyone around the world. My name is Geebrand. I'm an artist, United Network News Field Messenger. Okay, today I decided to visit my auntie. I want to learn how she's taking a local native breed, and that is wonderful. She's a trained nurse. Also, she decided to breed animals. In fact, her passion for livestock is something else. Is amazing, and she's making a lot of impact here. I decided to join her today and also to release the chickens to come out and find their food around the environment. And one thing I want to let you know is that they are not genetically modified, they are organic. I'm taking you to the hut that she built for the other chickens right now, to have a view of it. It's fun to see it. The house is made up of bamboo tree, grass, and all other materials put together, and she gave us a beautiful native hut to have a view today. This is where the chickens are. They are coming up. Yeah, there are very many. Some are already in the bush to find their food. Don't forget, my name is Geebrand, United Network Newsfield Messenger. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
We want you to become a UNN field messenger. These are everyday people just like you who want to make a difference in their community. You don't need any special training or equipment. Just use the camera on your mobile phone and show us what's happening in your area. You send us your videos and our production team will create the report for you. For ideas and inspiration, we encourage you to join our new field message group on Telegram. Our new website is now up and running, unitednetwork.earth. Submit your Field Messenger reports directly through the Field Messenger tab at the top of the page. You can also email your reports to our new email address at fieldmessenger@unitednetwork.earth.
Hey, I'm Kirsten from Switzerland.
This is Wayne from Tucson.
Hi, my name is Desmond from Ghana.
I am Claudia from Dawsonville, Georgia.
I'm Mikey from Pretoria, South Africa.
Hi, I'm Steve McGrath, Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada.
People from all around the world are coming together.
Happy day, beautiful world. We are here in a rather small urban garden, and this video is just to show you the joys that we've had in this garden with the electric gardening.
When news happens in their area, they show us what's really going on.
We have people in the streets protesting for and against.
At United Network News, our field messengers are changing the face of news.
This is Field Messenger Helen reporting with nature, and I'm going to talk to you about the bees again.
Take the next step in restoring our planet. Become a UNN Field Messenger today.
Hi, I'm Stephanie from South Africa. If it's going to be, it's up to me.
If it's going to be, it's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to me. It's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to all of us. We're UNN, and we're taking back the news.
Fear is a common emotion experienced in the 3D matrix. It's a construct created to keep us in an invisible prison so we don't disrupt the system. Now the prison walls are crumbling, and it's our responsibility to release the fear that's been holding us back. Lindsay Andriotti helps inspire people here to help lead the restoration of our planet. According to Lindsay, most of our fears are simply a figment of our imagination. So Lindsay is back with us, and Lindsay, we're talking about letting go of fear, which is so important. And this is a program, right? We talk about this on the news all the time. Fear is a program. It is not from the creator or source or God.
Nope.
And so we need to let it go, but sometimes easier said than done.
So true. Oh my gosh. So when I was a kid, I absolutely
hated scary movies. Friday the 13th came out. My friends made me go. I was terrified. Then I was in high school and I had a film class and the teacher made us watch Psycho. And I thought, I am literally going to die. My fear of this is so, my whole body freaks out until I finally figured out, probably in my 30s, after I had my children, fear is make-believe. Mm-hmm. It's just another version of a kooky story. I'm not being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. No one is trying to hurt me, really. That fear is all imagined until it's like right in front of you, right? So there's two different kinds of fear. The fear that you just make up and you think something's happening and it's not. That one is the one you really have to learn how to put it down because you're making up stuff. You're actually imagining things that aren't happening. Mm-hmm. And it's your imagination that ultimately creates them too, which is why a movie like Friday the 13th gets created. It's someone's crazy imagination about a movie of something, crazy. So letting go of that kind of fear takes a little bit of reprogramming, a little bit of putting down that that something's happening. So take a moment, take a deep breath, and see if you can visualize a happy place or a happy outcome, something that you would prefer. So if you're having fear about, I'm going to lose my job, okay, that could be a very real thing that might be happening. No one knows for sure until it happens. Mm-hmm. But in the process of getting to that point, maybe take a minute and ask yourself, well, what would be my best outcome ever? What could I visualize that's not the worst case scenario, right? So that's a way to overcome the fear. It doesn't mean that the thing that you're worried about isn't going to happen, but I always say that worry is a prayer for something you don't want. So if you really want it to be different, it's time to start training your brain to look for the what's good or what's the best thing that can happen in this situation. Now, let's say you're truly in a circumstance that's terrifying. Yeah. Jumping out of a perfectly good airplane is my version of terror.
I've done that before. I don't recommend it.
Okay. I have so many friends that are like, let's do that for your birthday. I'm like, no, not this year.
Like, no.
No, it truly, I've made up in my head, not that I'm going to die, but I'm actually going to scream all the way down and never have a voice again. That's my worst case scenario, So, but there are things that are honestly very scary. Being in a dark place and feeling like you're being followed, having an experience of having someone invade your space or steal something from you. Those are all that's fearful stuff. In those moments, it's a noticing of your body. Are you in a panic phase? Are you panicking? Is something not functioning because you're in so much fear? Mm-hmm. In those moments, learning how to practice breathing through your nose, out through your mouth, practice breathing when you are literally panicking. Yes. It will calm your parasympathetic nervous system just enough that you can function through the fear. And, nobody wants to be in those kinds of circumstances. We don't ask for them, I don't think. It's not like we're writing it down and saying, please bring me this scary situation. And yet we find ourselves in places where it does feel a little bit frightening. Don't try to be perfect. Don't try to look backwards into your memory banks about what is it that I'm supposed to remember in this situation? I'm being chased by a bear. Do I lay down? Do I, follow your intuition. Yeah. Your natural body and brain and mind all wants to work with your intuition just fine. It's geared for survival, and let it do its job. Try not to override. Just write it out. So.
Yeah, I loved when you were talking about the fear of losing your job and then thinking about what's the best thing that could happen. I feel like that ties into manifestation too. And you can actually cause other things, good things to happen by thinking, okay, well, I don't want this to happen. What do I want? And then you focus on that, right? And you may find that you get, someone offers you an even better job. And maybe that wasn't even your intention, but you were just thinking, positive thoughts and what could happen. Am I really happy in this job? Maybe something else is better for me. So I love how those are kind of connected.
And thank you for saying that, because usually The best thing that's about to happen to you is coming through the worst thing that you ever experienced. So that's normal. That is what I would say is a normal. So yeah, be excited. Look for the what's good and then try to move past it as quickly as you can.
Yep. Comfort Zone Camp is an American nonprofit organization aiming to transform the lives of grieving children who have lost a family member or significant person to suicide, overdose, or other causes. Recognizing the growing need for youngsters to express their pain after bereavement, the organization has created camps to reach and assist grieving children in the U.S., Canada, and the U.K. On arrival at the camp, each child is paired with a big buddy volunteer who befriends them by providing emotional support during the duration of the camp. Activities include games, arts and crafts, archery, hiking, karaoke, bonfire, and healing circle support groups where kids can connect with their peers and share their stories. In 2022, more than 1,000 children and 120 parents were welcomed at 26 camps. Grieving children leave the camp transformed with a community, coping skills, and new friends who understand and often share their pain. Comfort Zone camps are completely free for the campers, supported by donations, sponsorship, and fundraising. 1/3 of the volunteers are giving back what they received when they were children. Their trust-building activities and age-based support groups are now also accessible virtually through a home program. With the capacity to serve children and parents, the programs are offered nationwide. It's good to know that children dealing with loss are able to have fun again, forge lasting friendships, and heal thanks to these wonderful camp experiences. Music has the power to heal us, especially people who have had diseases like Alzheimer's or dementia. The Arts Health Institute in Australia has begun an impressive program called Music and Memory, which has taken this idea one step further. When you play a person's favorite music from their life, it stimulates their memories and emotional connections. What makes this program so special is the highly personal nature of the music that is played for these individuals who are struggling to find their way back to themselves. This Music and Memory program is being introduced into nursing homes and special memory care facilities throughout Australia and now worldwide, as it has had an overwhelmingly positive response. Staff at the Institute interview the dementia patient's family or friends and make a personal playlist of the person's favorite music from childhood or adulthood, and then reintroduce these songs to them. As music fires up and stimulates many areas of the brain at once, these individuals come alive with joy and happiness and recognition. Oh, I remember that song. Memories and associations come back to them. The results of the program have been stunning. Their eyes light up with memories and they begin to sing along, hum, tap their feet, dance, or just move their arms and legs in the rhythm of the songs they know and love so well. Some even cry, and they say they remember who they have been. Their personalized approach is highly successful and beneficial for everyone. It's amazing how these people so affected by dementia find themselves again through music. Well, while the sight of colorful balloons floating in the air may bring us joy and wonder, the truth is they can have a negative impact on our health and the environment. Did you know popping a balloon can produce a sound louder than a shotgun? This sudden noise burst can damage delicate hair cells in the inner ear, especially in young children with sensitive eardrums. Inhaling helium from balloons can deplete oxygen in the lungs, resulting in dizziness and asphyxiation. Medical professionals compare this effect to the rapid resurfacing experienced in scuba diving, which can potentially lead to strokes. Helium, a non-renewable element, has been depleting rapidly, resulting in significant price surges over the past 5 years. As a result, it becomes challenging to justify the use of helium balloons for social gatherings, when other critical industries such as healthcare, computer chip manufacturing, and scientific research labs also depend heavily on this resource. Balloons frequently become litter in oceans and forests, creating hazards for animals and marine creatures such as sea turtles and seabirds. Even biodegradable latex balloons can take years to decompose due to chemical additives. Fortunately, there are delightful alternatives to balloons. Various organizations such as the Environmental Nature Center and the University of Michigan have compiled a comprehensive list. These alternatives include a range of engaging activities such as blowing bubbles, flying kites, playing drums, lighting candles, and planting flowers and trees. These are more creative and sustainable ways to celebrate while safeguarding the well-being of both ourselves and our planet. Together, we can make a positive impact and protect what truly matters. Now, a look at regional stories around the world. Farmers in India clash with police in a recent protest. The farmers say their government is betraying them. Thailand is cracking down on cannabis. A proposed bill could limit use for medicinal purposes only. Britain's National Health Services is struggling with a shortage of dentists, and now the government has announced a dental recovery plan to help increase access. And flight attendants from major unions rally together in the U.S. They're demanding better pay wages. Hundreds of Indian farmers recently clashed with police while marching to New Delhi, seeking better prices for their crops. Farmers demand minimum price guarantees for their produce, feeling betrayed by slow government action on the promises made after the 2020 to 2021 protests. The cost of the government's food welfare program runs high, but farm policy experts argue extending state-set prices for all crops is not feasible. Farmers also demand the government fulfill a 2016 promise to double their incomes, citing disproportionate rises in cultivation costs. Additionally, they want accountability for a 2021 incident where a minister's son allegedly killed 4 protesters. To address the situation, the government is considering the possibility of providing a bonus above the minimum support price for the upcoming year. Essential food aid destined for Gaza remains stalled due to administrative blocks imposed by Israel. The shipment, which includes vital supplies like flour and cooking oil, was meant to support the basic needs of more than 1 million people for about a month. The disruption comes at a time when Gaza is struggling with severe humanitarian challenges, including widespread hunger, aggravated by Israel's recent military actions. The United Nations agency responsible for delivering this aid has been facing increased scrutiny and operational difficulties following Israel's allegations that some of its staff members were involved in an attack on Israel. With aid flows hindered and essential tax breaks canceled without formal notification, the people of Gaza confront growing hardship as they await crucial assistance. Western investment banks in Asia face a wave of job cuts amid economic uncertainty and declining deal-making activities in China. A downturn in China's stock markets and low recovery from the pandemic have led to more than 400 investment bankers losing their jobs in Hong Kong, with the job market also feeling the pinch in mainland China. U.S. boutique bank Lazard is closing its Beijing office, leading to layoffs and relocations, while Rothschild has dismantled its Shanghai team. Bank of America also announced layoffs affecting more than 20 bankers in the region. With a 20% workforce reduction on average last year, the banking industry in Asia is experiencing some of the most severe cuts since the 2008 financial crisis. In Thailand, the once booming cannabis industry is facing potential new restrictions. Public concern over the accessibility of the drug to minors and increasing reports of drug-related issues have led to calls for tighter control. The health minister has proposed a bill that would restrict the use of cannabis to medical purposes only, seeking to address social problems highlighted by citizens and officials alike. The government is considering reclassifying the plant as a narcotic due to the rising treatment numbers for cannabis-related psychological issues, a move that is being met with opposition from cannabis advocates and business owners. They argue for better enforcement of current rules rather than a complete rollback of legislation, legalization, emphasizing the need for a balanced approach that allows for medical uses and economic benefits while protecting society, especially the youth, from abuse. Consumers in Malaysia are grappling with the alarming prevalence of fake honey products on the market. Some estimate that up to 90% could be artificial. During a recent interview, an expert from the local university highlighted the difficulty in differentiating between authentic and counterfeit honey, emphasizing the necessity of laboratory tests to ensure purity. The research suggests that genuine honey, particularly from stingless bees, offers substantial health benefits, including anti-inflammatory properties and a rich composition of nutrients. Efforts to combat the issue have led to collaborations with local honey breeders to ensure the supply of authentic stingless bee honey. This collaboration aims to protect consumers and ensure they receive the full health benefits of real honey. In Brazil, a rise in farmer bankruptcies has sparked concern amongst grain exporters, suggesting a potential disruption in grain contract fulfillment. The nation, recognized as a global leader in soybean exports, is currently struggling with the repercussions of the El Niño weather phenomenon. Unpredictable climate patterns have induced severe droughts in Brazil's central western region and torrential rains in the south, severely impacting soy and corn yields. Brazil anticipates a pronounced downturn in grain production for the season, intensifying financial strain on farmers. Due to these setbacks, farmer bankruptcies are on the rise as debt and contract renegotiation through judicial recovery become increasingly common, potentially harming both local growers and international trading dynamics. The Australian government is preparing to introduce new laws to crack down on the harmful practice of doxing, the unauthorized and malicious online release of personal information. The move comes after incidents of pro-Palestinian activists allegedly doxing members of the Jewish community, releasing personal details of nearly 600 individuals. The proposed laws would empower authorities to command social media platforms to remove the offending content and levy fines for violators. The government's plan aims to reinforce the nation's stance against hate speech and provide greater protection against digital harassment. However, some cybersecurity experts have raised concerns about the practicality of enforcing such laws, pointing out the challenges faced by law enforcement and the crucial role of social media companies in data access and management. The ongoing conflict in Sudan has taken a tragic toll on its population, with at least 12,000 reported dead and the actual numbers likely much higher. Training camps have emerged, teaching women how to handle weapons and defend themselves amidst the chaos. Families are under pressure, with many conscripted into military service out of financial necessity. The fighting stemmed from a power struggle between military leaders, and it has brought the country to the brink of a humanitarian crisis, with widespread starvation reported amidst the chaos. The war has led to the internal displacement of more than 9 million people and the exodus of 1.5 million refugees to neighboring countries. Accusations of war crimes shadow both military sides as regional and global attempts at mediation continue without resolution. Millions of UK residents are facing limited access to dental care as the state-run National Health Service, or NHS, struggles with a dentist shortage and funding issues. Recently, a staggering 12 million Britons were unable to secure treatment under the NHS, forcing them to opt for costly private care or forego treatment entirely. The severity of the issue was highlighted by the sight of hundreds standing in line at a new NHS dental practice, a desperate attempt to get on a patient list. The Prime Minister has announced a dental recovery plan to improve access and increase NHS appointments. However, critics, including the British Dental Association, quickly dismissed the plan, suggesting it won't stop the steady decline of dentists within the NHS or significantly improve patient access to dental services. The French electric car leasing program, designed to assist low-income individuals and reduce carbon emissions, has been momentarily halted due to overwhelming demand. Originally set to provide 25,000 electric vehicles for lease, the number offered had to be doubled as applications soared past 90,000. The plan aimed at making eco-friendly cars more affordable by offering a lease at 100 to 150 euros, which is about $100 to $160 monthly for qualified applicants who depend on car travel for work. Requirements for eligibility include a minimum annual travel of 8,000 kilometers, which is almost 5,000 miles for work, living a certain distance from the workplace, and earning under a specified income threshold. Due to the unexpected surge, the government had to rethink that initiative, promising a reboot for 2025 with a probable expansion and revision of conditions. French men are increasingly choosing vasectomy as their primary form of birth control. The numbers have increased from almost 2,000 in 2010 to more than 30,000 in 2022. This shift is indicative of a larger societal move toward gender equality and shared responsibility in family planning. Due to the withdrawal of female sterilization options like Assure, men are stepping up, challenging traditional norms and historical preferences for female-centric procedures. While vasectomies in France are less common compared to countries like the US, healthcare experts anticipate this trend to continue as more men become informed about vasectomy benefits. The trend reveals a potential equalizing force in reproductive responsibility, reshaping the future of family planning in France. Flight attendants from 3 major unions across U.S. airlines rallied at 30 airports on Tuesday, demanding better wages and contracts after years without significant pay raises. Despite pilots securing substantial salary increase last year, flight attendants highlight they've been left behind even after continuing their duties throughout the pandemic. Passengers may sense the tension, but services remained uninterrupted as the flight attendants' actions are not strikes forced by federal regulations. Union leaders emphasize the necessity for significant wage increases to match the soaring cost of living, citing that their current contracts were formed a decade ago when everyday expenses were far less. Airlines acknowledging the demonstrations express intentions to negotiate favorable terms, striving for resolutions that reflect the increased cost of living and challenges of the job. Paramount Global, owner of notable media properties like CBS and Paramount Pictures, announced the layoff of approximately 800 employees, equating to 3% of its workforce. This development occurred despite CBS achieving a historic milestone with the Super Bowl broadcast, which drew the largest television audience ever and generated substantial ad revenue. The layoffs are part of Paramount's broader cost reduction efforts, with concerns heightened by the consistent financial losses of their streaming service, Paramount Plus. Affected employees were notified on Tuesday, and the company's shares saw a downturn following the news. Paramount has also been exploring potential mergers and acquisitions, engaging in preliminary discussions with companies such as Skydance Media and Warner Brothers Discovery. The suspension of remittance services from the United States to Cuba by Western Union has left many Cuban families in a state of financial uncertainty. Since January 28th, Cubans have been unable to receive funds from family members in the U.S. due to technical issues with transactions. The disruption comes at a time when nearly 70% of Cubans rely on remittances for income. This financial lifeline's breakdown intensifies the hardship on the island, which is already struggling with an economic crisis aggravated by increased U.S. sanctions, the impact of COVID-19, and a struggling tourism sector. Western Union, a primary channel for these funds, had only recently resumed service to Cuba in 2023 after a 3-year hiatus due to sanctions. Western Union is actively working to resolve the situation and has committed to contacting affected customers. In the U.S., residents across different states are facing significant financial strain due to rising housing costs. With monthly increases surpassing $300, individuals are having to consider cutting down on essential items like groceries and medication, while others anticipate the need to delve into retirement savings to stay afloat. The problem extends beyond individual struggles. Landlords are seeking evictions more frequently, with a record number of filings last year, hitting families and resulting in increased school-related issues among affected children. As housing costs outstrip incomes, more people are finding themselves on the brink of homelessness. Lawmakers at the federal and state levels are proposing measures, including tax credit expansions and rent control legislation, to counter the housing affordability crisis. But for some, these efforts may be too late to prevent displacement. The rise of squatting has become a significant concern across several parts of the U.S., impacting homeowners and communities. Reports indicate that individuals are exploiting legal loopholes and online tools to illegally occupy properties, often leading to an increase in local crime rates. This trend is particularly severe in states with squatter-friendly laws. Numerous families have witnessed the rental costs increase to unmanageable levels, which only adds to the desperation and contributes to the squatting problem. As a result, people attempting to live lawfully are facing greater challenges, with eviction notices being a constant threat due to the skyrocketing rental market. Homeowners are being warned to secure their homes adequately, as the crisis has resulted in a surge of squatters targeting unoccupied homes. Local law enforcement and communities are struggling to cope with the ensuing lawlessness as the housing affordability crisis continues to escalate. And now, the World Situation Report with Kimberly Gogan from the Office of the Guardian. What is the Fisher King Gateway, and why was Monarch military waiting for it yesterday? It seems there are markers flying around, as this time, promises just aren't enough. Now, here's Kimberly Gogan with the Office of the Guardian. Hi, Kim.
Hello, Miss Sunny. How was your birthday?
Oh, it was lovely, but I have to tell you, I felt like yesterday was just off energetically. I felt drained all day long. I'm like, is this because it's my birthday? What's going on? So
it's the No Joy program. No, I'm just kidding. I will tell you what happened.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
For sure. But I just wanted to see if you had a nice day. That was all.
I did. I had a lovely day. And so I went out to dinner with my husband. I told you guys we were going to do that. My kids made me strawberry shortcake. And it was lovely. You know, I mean, it was just relaxed. But yeah, it was very nice. So thank you guys. And thank you for all the birthday wishes. You guys are awesome. I couldn't respond to everybody, but I did put out some messages out there. So hopefully you guys saw it.
Well, great. I'm glad you had a good day. Yeah. We have a lot of stuff going on around here for sure.
Okay.
Yesterday was supposed to be an opening or a gateway, according to the SSP. And it was referred to as the Fisher King.
Okay.
You've heard about the Fisher King from the Bible, and it was something that was set up. It's something that naturally would occur. And it had to do with this in alignment with the anti-source and source and earth kind of in the middle. And it was a gateway that would kind of open up at this time of year every year. Now, it hasn't really functioned for a few years like this. But for some reason, those old documents said that it could, so they thought that it would. And that's why we were seeing the countdown on the clock, that special clock, since we're on social media as well still. So the reason why you might have felt drained yesterday is because early in the morning yesterday, there is a machine that actually its job is to drain essence from human souls.
That sounds horrible. Okay.
Yes, it is horrible.
Yeah.
But it was in Changyan Mountain in China. There is a temple there and a few other things as well as this giant machine. For lack of a better term, we could call it the illuminator. I don't know what else to call it. It's it takes pure light essence, which is the blood of your soul, essentially, and converts it into dark essence and sends it off to the lower astral for dark soul creation. Yes. So I actually, too, felt a little weird, which is how we found it, because it felt like, you ever get that feeling like when you haven't eaten enough and you kind of get a little woozy and a little shaky and it feels like your blood sugar's going low kind of thing?
Yeah.
So it's not just a tired feeling. It almost feels like you're, and that's kind of how it feels when someone's trying to drain my life force. It just feels like, and then you kind of think, well, it's a physical thing, and you automatically want to go eat something, and you realize that that's not helping. So it's not a blood sugar issue, but that's what it feels like. It feels like a very low blood sugar, like you need to eat some food kind of feeling.
Right.
Can make you feel a little nauseous, a little woozy, a little tired, like you said, or significantly tired, like someone unplugged you from the wall if you were a lamp, so to speak. And so what they did is they took this essence drain that they were doing yesterday and to a couple of different places in the world. This was the SSP. And one of those places was the Hill of Witches in Lithuania, which is there's a very strange looking, kind of gateway looking thing and a weird totem thing there as well. So you can check that out. The second place, actually, I've always thought was a beautiful place, but now they ruined that place. They take that off my bucket list too, is a place called St. Michael's Cave in Gibraltar.
Okay.
It is a very interesting place. If you haven't checked it out or heard of it, you may want to check it out online. There's some videos on YouTube. They do have, it used to be a hospital during World War II inside the cave. And it's beautiful. It's well lit. They have all kinds of colored lights, and the acoustics are supposed to be perfect in there. And they do have concerts inside the cave. It's a really cool place. If you've never seen it or you happen to be in Europe and you want to make the trip there, it's definitely worth something to see. But not for the SSP. It wasn't yesterday because there were 9 of them in there with several of these. So once the essence is drawn from your body, or our bodies, I should say, us organic beings and light beings here on this planet, it's stored in a tubule. It looks almost like a giant vial. And they took several of them to this location and several of them to the Hill of Witches in Lithuania because they believed that it would help open a portal or a gateway there, which didn't actually happen. However, we are less several SSP people now, so thank you for that, guys. Appreciate you going to those locations. And speaking of SSP people, we don't have too many of the higher ranking ones left. And the only reason why we have those currently is because 24 hours ago, they showed up here in Durango, Colorado.
Wow. Okay.
They did. And they did have a few of their underlings with them. They came in to disrupt the locals. They came in to stop because we did have Pentagon people from representing the Pentagon and their appropriate operative people come in here, and they were ready to go for a meeting until about 6 hours before the meeting was due to take place yesterday, when these guys decided to interrupt. They tried to tell them I'm nothing, that they're going to be back and they're going to have all the things they want and all of these things by today, and isn't that wonderful? Which also happens to coincide with that crazy clock. I'm going to call it the crazy clock, the 17th clock. So they kind of got their tail between their legs this morning. They did say they wanted to meet with me, but I'm nothing at the same time yesterday. So that left the locals a little bit confused. So you want to meet with her to talk to her. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It makes no sense.
I know.
So that you can then get money from her, and then give it to us. Why do we want to do that?
Yeah,
I know.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Well,
So
it does when you
saying,
want to.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to clarify. So by they want to meet with you, are you talking about the SSP or are you talking about the Pentagon people now?
The SSP and the Pentagon people, but the Pentagon people wanted to meet with me on their own.
Yeah.
They don't need someone else, but these people gave them a whole line of baloney. We have to handle someone like that. You're not quite qualified to handle that kind of a person. She's very difficult to deal with, and a bunch of, whatever. So the reason why I believe they wanted to schedule a meeting with me, these SSP people, this is on my end of it, my personal opinion, is because they thought they would have regained some power and control and felt that they were going to be equal to me in their mind. This is what this gateway was going to do for them. And that then it would be time to have a negotiation about what they want, once they're in a little bit more of a pole position. So speaking of pole position, the world is getting very frustrated, including operatives worldwide and the silent circle, not the anti-silent circle. The silent circle is getting very frustrated too with this just repeated old text, gateway, really wasn't a gateway, go again, and the operatives and everybody is sick and tired of another day ending in Y. If you've been watching that, the crazy clock, you'll notice that it was reset today. For a while there, it said, we are so back. That's exactly what it said. We are so back.
Sorry.
I know. And it only said that for a couple of minutes until they figured out that they didn't get any gateway. Nothing came back. No Omega people, no reptiles to help them or anybody else. And now it says the emergency broadcast system will go off in 3 days.
Yep. I saw that this morning.
Yeah. So
we're back to that.
There is no emergency broadcast system to go off. I don't know. They're just going to keep resetting it for another day ending in Y. But not this time, I don't think. At least not from my perspective. There may be somebody that could be running that website, giving you all kinds of misinformation. But an interesting fact. So in order for people to wait until this miraculous event happened between yesterday and today, there was some markers involved. Now, yes, if you don't know what a marker is, it's not that colored pens that you give to your kids in kindergarten. No, a marker is when there's an agreement between two people or a group, could be even a group, and you basically are agreeing that you are going to perform this function, whatever this is. And if you fail to perform this function, now your life is on the line, meaning they have the right to eradicate you from planet Earth. Mm-hmm. So at the highest or higher levels on their side, the anti-silent circle took markers from the silent circle, because the Black nobility families in the known as the anti-silent circle, these are your Italian groups, they wanted to pursue this gate. Mm-hmm. You know, they definitely thought this was it. It's written in the ancient texts from probably some other alien race or something that they think they're going to get something today, but that didn't happen now. Now, this group has until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to perform on the marker, their agreement. Today. Mm-hmm. If not, then the silent circle is now going to wipe out the anti-silent circle.
Wow. Yeah, they don't mess around. Wow.
No. They bet their life on it. The Black nobility anti-silent circle bet their lives. They all took markers, and as I understand it, we don't have 5 different groups, 5 different families anymore. We now have 3. So something must have happened as well this morning, and I haven't had a chance to look into it as to why we only have 3. Now, it even gets better. Okay. We are going to get the Ginsu knives in the, the bamboo bag. I just can't help it. I mean, I lack of sleep, sometimes. Remember, we used to stay up and the only thing on was some kind of infomercial, and you get the, the super duper vacuum, the this, the that, whatever it is.
It looks great at 2 a.m. You buy everything.
Yes, it does. It looks like you need that.
Yes, it does.
Yep. So the Black nobility families also issued a marker to the remaining SSP folks, or Secret Space Program Monarch military people. So there's a marker between those 2 groups too for their performance. Now, Monarch military said they absolutely will get this done. And apparently by get this done, they mean there are some more corpses in St. Michael's Cave, and there are some more in the Hill of Witches in Lithuania, and there are some even more at Chang'an in China. Chang'an. So the other ones they must have drew the long straws, because they got to come here and cause a ruckus. Mm-hmm. So that pretty much saved them for a short period of time. Now, there are about 4 of them here that actually have a marker out on their head. So will they stay here? Will they be stuck here on Gilligan's Island with me? I don't know.
Well, do you think that's why they came? Because it's a neutral zone. They can't, nothing can happen to them in Durango, even if they have a marker against them?
That's up to the local people, because it's breaking protocol. They'd have to excommunicate them, I think. Just like you can get excommunicated from the Continental Hotel, you can be excommunicated from here as well. They are not friends normally with the people in this zone. They are from more of the Jackson Hole Federal Reserve Rothschild zone operative section in Wyoming. And there's others in the world, of course. There's some in England and whatnot. So I don't know. They'd have to actually ask them for protection and then be permitted, then be granted that protection. And unfortunately, yesterday let's just say their ego was really big, and they, they're trying to order people around, tell people what to do, and tell everybody, do you know who we are? Do you know who we are? You know who I am? Don't you talk like, whatever. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll find out between now and Friday if they're going to exist on this planet or not. My personal vote is, I watched them yesterday. I'd be happy to, meet with these people and have a conversation with them. I don't. Is that going to get them anywhere? Probably not. But it would be fun for me. It'd be entertaining, better than just kind of, not like I really have time to watch movies these days, but why not? Little entertainment, little something different.
Are the Pentagon people still in Durango, or did they leave?
They are still here with their respective operatives. Yes, they are. They are not causing any kind of issues around here, as I understand it. They are ready to move forward. Yeah. They don't want to wait anymore. There's a little bit of why do we have to wait kind of thing. It's a little bit upsetting, but that should be moving forward soon, from what I can tell. Now, what are these guys? They absolutely know that they failed. They absolutely know that nothing happened. There was no gateway. There was no anything. And there might have been, if we hadn't cleaned up a lot of stuff that we had already been cleaning. So it was like most of the things like this cause a little, it's like if you're opening up a can of air or a fire extinguisher or something like that, and it normally sprays everywhere, and it just goes gurgle, gurgle, and that's it, So that's kind of what happens when they look at these different gateways nowadays. So we expect to see some forward movement this afternoon. Might not be till tomorrow. We'll find out. But everybody else seems to, as of today, as of now, they seem to be ready to go forward. There's a little bit of fighting with the crazies. They want to delay them some more. I don't know when the next alignment with Uranus is. Don't keep track of that, really. I should, because it means something. Usually they're going to try to do bad things to us. But nothing happened, to say the least. We have seen a slight uptick in the Middle East in some things going on there, partially because one of the places where the gateway was that they wanted to open was in Israel. They really like that. That's the darkest, or was the darkest gate on Earth for a long time in Israel. No surprise there. There were a few other locations in Germany, Liechtenstein, Amsterdam. There was one other place in the Netherlands as well today, and Odessa, Ukraine. No shock there. So these were just a few. Oh, and Devil's Slide in Utah. So those were a few of the places on Earth they were looking to gain access to or through or something today. Mm-hmm. So that didn't work out. So looking forward to now, hopefully moving forward with everyone. Hopefully these people will decide if they want to exist or not to exist. But my understanding is the Silent Circle has no intention of backing down. That's what I can tell. I know that they have pled for more time and pled for mercy and that kind of thing. And that fell on deaf ears. That's what I'm hearing. Everybody's they just want to go forward.
Yeah, we all do.
There's been so many times the Silent Circle has been stopped from moving forward by the anti-Silent Circle. Just wait, we're going to do it, and it never, ever works. It's never going to work. We are not in that age anymore. It's like your information is from an alternative timeline. Yeah. Can you please kindly either get out of this one or, We'll
help you. You want a ticket, we can help.
We can help. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about the update and all that's happened really since Monday. Other than a few little exciting things.
Like what?
Marketplace is coming together very rapidly. So that's very exciting. There's just a few more menu features and just some placeholder products we're going to place in certain locations until all of you can come on board. The stores are coming together nicely, the individualized stores. And I know that our team's been working really hard on that. So thank you so much, Zolt and Raquel, again, for helping me out and pitching in on that because I've been running very short on time lately. The other thing that is very exciting is I did receive this week on Monday night, I received our samples of our own New Earth brand of essential oils.
Nice.
And these are, we have a couple of blends that we asked to put together. And we also have some straight oils. But I will tell you, this is not doTERRA oils. This is, and this is not a commercial by any means. I'm just saying, I'm just so impressed. This is a very small producer. They only do this wholesale, but this is the pure essence. And I opened the box and it was so crazy. I opened up one of them, which was, I think it was for Happy. We're calling it Happy. And
I like that.
And I put it
Is it like a citrus blend or what is it?
Yeah, it's a blend. There's a few different essential oils in it. I don't have them listed off the top of my head, but they are basically designed to help with depression. We also have some other blends that help with grief. And we have some others that are meant to uplift you, uplift your mood. And those are more, uplift is a little bit more, I would say it's a little bit more citrusy.
Okay.
That's a bit citrusy. And then we, of course, all have all the straight blends too. But with one bottle of this, you could actually make probably 10 bottles of a doTERRA or Young Living, which are the two most popular other brands, because it is just the pure oil. There's no carrier oil in it. I can tell you right now, it's very, very concentrated. And by the time that we put together a similar size bottle of this concentrate, it looks like not only do you probably get about 10 bottles out of it if you are going to use it internally or that kind of thing, but it's also about half the price.
Oh, you're kidding. That's incredible.
No, it is so much cheaper. Yep.
Huh. That sounds amazing. I
I
can't wait
know.
to try some. I've got, those diffusers all over my house.
Oh, you do?
I do. Well, not of this blend. Obviously, this is unique to us. But I'm excited to try it out because every morning I'm like going around my house doing my diffuser. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it.
I need to do that too.
And right beside my bed too, like especially when I'm going to sleep. And
yeah, we've got all your standards: lavender, peppermint, lemon, frankincense, there's actually 3 different frankincense blends. One of them is from Somalia. One of them is from India. Yeah. And you can pick which one you like, that kind of thing. So it's very, hang on one second. I have something here. Oh, bad timing. Yeah, that's somebody with the government. They can wait. But so I'm was super excited to try these the other night, and this is why I'm telling you about it, because I'm so excited about it. That there is a better way to do it. It's cheaper. It's so much more cost effective for those of you that use it, and it's 100% organic, all natural. It's coming from all over the world. I'm excited about that too, and I love the way that's done. So yeah, we're really excited. This will be our first New Earth brand product. We do have some others in the works as well, but this one is pretty much set in stone, and we have solidified that deal. So looking forward to that coming out.
Well, do you have any idea when it's going to be available, when people can order it?
I'm guessing it's going to be about the first week in March, maybe before mid-March is when it should be ready to go, because we are now collecting which blends we want to do. We're also going to add in some roll-ons as well, so that you don't have to dilute it, and it's a diluted form of it where you can put it on your pulse points and that kind of thing. So yeah, we are putting together a few of those types of roll-ons and diluted and all of that, and we should hopefully within 30 days is pretty reasonable. We have to solidify our packaging and a few other things too, so to go along with that. Okay. But we're well on our way. We're definitely well on our way to that. So yeah, we're going to have our own New Earth brand. How cool is that?
Yeah. Yeah, who would have thought starting with a news segment becomes a product? I mean, we're on a roll here, I tell you.
I know.
That's awesome.
Well, we've got the best news. We might as well have, the best products. We might as well have the best marketplace out there, the very little cost. So that's good. And we also have gotten rid of some SSP people. So all that in 48 hours. Who knew?
Like a cherry on top.
Anyway, I'm just really excited to, I always thought, even for my own self, not that some of those multi-level marketing things are, not like it's bad. I use them. They work. But you just don't know what you don't know, because that was my only exposure to, essential oils. And as my understanding, we're interviewing somebody too as well soon for New Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, Stephanie. I'm interviewing her on Friday. We're going to talk about essential oils. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Yeah, she's a therapeutic oil.
Sure. She hasn't given me her official title yet. But yeah, it's her company, right? That we're ordering everything through. So.
Yep. So yeah, she does therapeutics with essential oils and that kind of thing. So she's written a couple of books.
Yeah, she has.
Which are out there. So if you want to check those out, I'm sure she'll tell you about those. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited about the way things have been going for the last 30 days in general. Seems like we are hopefully making progress in every area that we need to make progress in order to create this new Earth we're looking forward to. So we'll see how this marker game ends up in just a few hours.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the anti-silent circle right now. Or SSP.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Nope, I wouldn't either. And, I hope these guys are buying the locals around here some beers or coffees or something, shining their shoes, whatever, to see if they can stick around.
Well, based on how they acted, what was it, yesterday, over the last couple of days, they're probably eating some crow right now. Coming in, thinking they own the place, and then, I might need some help here. This is why you don't burn bridges, people.
This is why you don't ever come off, arrogant, like you own the joint.
Exactly.
So, but that's about it for Wednesday. I know it's pretty short, but, that's a lot on my end of it that went on. But so yeah, we're looking forward to hopefully some good results between now and Friday. We'll see how it goes. And that's about it.
Okay. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Sunny.
Want to share news from UNN? Help us change the face of social media and use it for good. Connect with us through our online channels. Our social media team creates clips from each newscast you can easily share with friends and family. And that's also where you'll find our UNN meme of the day, which is a great way to encourage critical thinking. Links to all of our social media sites are available at the bottom of our website at unitednetwork.earth. Let's change the face of news together. And that wraps up today's news update. Please share UNN with your friends and family. We need everyone to come together and help restore our planet. When news happens in your area, record it and share it with us so we can help you share it with the world. Remember, if it's going to be, it's up to me. I'm Sunny Galt. Join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the real news.